we're in chapter 10, which is helping children develop fluency with basic facts. The activity I chose is on page 188. It's activity 10.2, and it is how many feet in the bed. This activity is based off of the book How Many Feet in the Bed by Diane Johnston Ham. To begin the activity, which will be a whole class instruction, we will read the book together as a class one time through, just to give a little background to the students and let them understand the book before adding a math lesson on top of it. Read it through the first time before we start the second round. They will all have supplies given to them by me. They will each have 10 cutout feet and a piece of construction paper to use as their bed, and they'll also receive an expo marker. Once we start reading through the second time, the children will have the opportunity to visually see the feet that we're adding to the bed, which they will use with their cutouts, and adding to their construction paper, which will be their bed. So the first statement is the little girl asking the dad, how many feet are in the bed? He responds that there are only 2 feet in the bed. So we'll pause after that sentence, and the children will be able to add their 2 feet cutouts to their bed, and they will then take their expo marker and write their equation on their desk. At the top, we'll start at the top and we'll work our way down the desk as we get to 10, which is the number of feet that we eventually end up with in the bed. So they'll do 0 plus 2 equals 2. They'll continue to do this. They'll continue to add 2 feet to the bed as each person joins. And once we get to 10, we will take a break and refer back to the number line. Referring to the number line is just helping them move from the counting strategies to the reasoning strategies, and giving them another visual to see how the 2 more and the 2 less strategy works. We use the number line to refer back to the counting on method and show that if you start at 0 and you add 2 and continually move down the number line until we get to 10. Once we get to 10, we'll start over with our expo markers. So they'll have a chance to erase their desk and leave all of their 10 feet in the bed. The first statement that starts the subtraction method of the book is the phone rings and the dad has to jump up and go answer the phone. Once he is up, the kids will then remove 2 feet from the bed. And once they remove the 2 feet, they'll start with 10 and they'll write down their subtraction equations. So they'll start with 10 minus 2 equals 8. Students have progressed through the book and completed that visual lesson. We will then refer back to the number line to demonstrate the 2 less than method on the number line. So we'll start at 10 and we'll discuss the 2 less than and showing the visual of the number line and how the number line would help with the reasoning strategies. Once we have completed that activity, we will move to a formative assessment where they will have worksheets. They'll have worksheets that will consist of 2 more methods and two less methods. So they'll have half the questions will be addition and half of them will be subtraction. So once we work through that worksheet individually, we will review it at the end of the class once everyone is done, and we'll refer back to that number line again, and we'll see how different students explain how they got their answers. So if one had 13 plus 2, we would see if they used their number line and they went to 13, and then they used the 2 more method to count up 2 more to get to 15, or if they had to count to 13 and then count to 2 and then count to 15, or if they just knew that 2 more than 13 was 15. Once we review that activity and the children have the time to discuss their answers and how they got them, it'll give me a sense of the information the children have on number sense, and if they would be able to move on to deeper thinking strategies and different activities to further their reasoning strategies.